We are going to go over how to use your calculator or the desmos.com/scientific calculator to calculate trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, and tangent in either degrees or radians. You're going to use your calculator when you aren't using one of the common 30, 60, 90, 45, or other unit circle angles. So, in order for us to find the cosine of 14 degrees, what we're going to want to do is first of all check our calculator mode. Do you see this little R right here? That means we are in a different mode than we would prefer to be in. Right now, the calculator is assuming everything you type in is a radian. We don't want that. So we're going to go into our calculator's mode and hit that button. Oop. Okay. So we are going to go into our calculator's setup. So that means we're going to hit shift and then the setup button. Now, you don't want to mess with 1 and 2. That's going to mess with how your calculator reads things. But you'll notice 3, 4, and 5, degree and radians. Those are the things that we're going to change. We want to type in an angle in degrees. So we're going to select the button number 3. And when we do that, notice how this little box right here turns into a D. That is how we're going to know that when we're doing our calculations, we're taking a cosine of an angle in degrees. Now, to find the cosine of 14, all we're going to do is type the cosine button and then type 14. You don't have to close the parentheses, but some people like to, and then we hit enter. The cosine of 14 is 0.9703 if we round properly. So you can see it's pretty easy to use your calculator to do all of these little functions. All right, let's try another one. Let's try to find the sine of pi over 8. To do that, we're going to go into our calculator and notice pi over 8 does not have a degree symbol on it. That means it is in radians. So again, we want to switch our mode. We're going to hit shift and setup, and we're going to switch to radian mode by hitting the number 3. Now we see that we are in radian mode, and we will do sine, which is this button right here. And then they're going to hit the fraction button, and there is a pi symbol. It is the shift of this times 10 to the x button. Arrow down, put the 8 on the bottom, arrow out, and close parentheses. Make sure you're not closing the parentheses on the denominator, but on the whole thing, and hit enter. It looks like the sine of pi over 8 is 0.3827. Now let's look at this last one, tangent of 100. Is this in degrees or radians? Well, since we see the little degree symbol, this is in degrees. So we'll go back to our calculator. We will switch the mode again by going to setup and hitting number 3. And now we're going to find the tangent of 100 degrees. Close parentheses. The tangent of 100 degrees is negative 5.6713. And that is how you use a calculator to find sine, cosine, or tangent of an angle. To use Desmos Scientific Calculator to do the same calculations, what you're going to want to do is go to desmos.com/scientific. Now you're going to notice a couple of things. Notice here at the top, you can see you can click on either doing things in radian mode or in degree mode. Since our first problem was in degrees, we're going to leave that there. And then you'll automatically notice that sine, cosine, and tangent are down here at the bottom. So if we wanted to go to our first problem and find the cosine of 14 degrees and use our scientific calculator, it is as easy as doing cosine of 14 and hitting enter. And notice it is the same answer, 0.9703, as we got from before. If I want to do the sine of pi over 8, it is just as easy, but this is radian mode. So we need to click on the radian button, and then we'll do sine, put in a fraction. The pi button is here. We will hit the right hand arrow. That'll get us over into the denominator. We'll put in an 8 and hit that enter button. 0.3827 is what we get. And lo and behold, that is what we got from our calculator. So you can see it works in much the same